Do you know how many girls have secretly had a crush on you? According to research, by the time you're around 20 years old, the average guy has caught the attention of somewhere between 3 and 15 girls. Think about that. 3 to 15 chances you probably never noticed. Opportunities that slipped right past you.
Corey Weston had a crush on me.
You could have been laughing with her, holding hands, kissing her, but instead, you missed the cues.
How could you miss that?
That's why I spent the entire week digging into psychology, body language, and science, so you never have to miss another chance again. And make sure you stay with me, because the final stage is where most guys completely blow it without even realizing. Let's start at the very beginning. You barely know her. Maybe you've seen her in class or at work. Maybe you've only said hi once or twice. At this stage, the signals are subtle, so subtle that most guys miss them. But science gives us a way in.
Yes, science!
Back in 2004, researchers discovered something surprising. Women are usually the ones who actually start the flirting. But here's the thing, they don't do it with words, they do it with eye contact. Now, how can you tell if she's really looking at you or just in your general direction? Former FBI agent and body language expert Joe Navarro gives us the answer. When someone is interested, their gaze doesn't just stop at your eyes. Instead, it takes a little tour of your face. One eye, the other, across the nose, down to the mouth, maybe even the throat, then back to the eyes again, almost like their brain is checking a silent list. If she does that with you, it's not random. But here's where it gets even better. Navarro also said the feet are more honest than the face. Think about it. You can fake a smile, but you can't fake where your feet point. If her feet are aimed toward you while she's talking, that's a subconscious sign of interest. Sometimes she'll even stretch a leg toward you, her body literally reaching closer. Now, those are subconscious signals, but there are intentional ones too. Back in Victorian days, women would accidentally drop a handkerchief, so a man would have to pick it up and hand it back.
A handkerchief, Mrs. Hubbard.
That was the original conversation starter. Today the move is the same, just updated. If she likes you, she'll find excuses to interact. Maybe she pretends to need help. Maybe she asks for your opinion on something small. It's not about the question, it's about the chance to talk. And once she has your attention, her eyes will tell you even more. Some women use doe eyes, head tilted down, wide, soft, innocent. Others use siren eyes, head tilted up, narrowed, confident, filled with allure. Either way, it's intentional. Still, when you're just acquaintances, these signs are limited, which is why most crushes really start to grow in the next stage. Now you're in the same group, the same class, the same workplace. You talk more often. And when attraction develops here, her biology changes. Inside her body, 5 hormones shift her behavior. And each one shows up in ways you can spot. Oxytocin is the bonding hormone. It makes her mirror you without even realizing. You lean in, she leans in. You tilt your head, she tilts hers. Mirroring is one of the strongest unconscious signals of attraction. Norepinephrine is the excitement hormone. It makes her more energetic. Around you, she'll laugh louder, talk faster, seem more up than usual. Dopamine, the reward hormone, makes her more self-conscious about her appearance. She'll smooth her hair, fix her shirt, or touch her lips, micro-grooming that says, I want to look good for you. Testosterone tightens her facial muscles. It gives her a slightly more intense, serious look, even if she doesn't realize it. And estrogen makes her talk more. If she suddenly has a lot more to say when you're around, that's no coincidence. Those are the subconscious cues. But what about the signals she sends on purpose? One of the biggest is this: she steps into your personal space. And here's where most guys get it wrong. Just because she's standing close doesn't automatically mean she's attracted. You have to listen to the conversation. If she keeps it light and surface level, how was your day? Did you see that movie? She might just be friendly. But if she goes deeper, asking about your goals, your values, your dreams, or even your past, that's not small talk, that's connection. And still, the clearest answers often come in the final stage. By now, you're either the guy she's secretly into or the safe friend she keeps around. The difference? It's all hidden in her texts. Here's the secret. Don't just read the words. Pay attention to the mindset behind them. If she texts good morning, that means you were literally her first thought of the day. If she double texts you, she's eager and couldn't wait for your reply. If she messages, you won't believe what just happened, that means you're one of the first people she wants to share her life with. On the flip side, if she only ever texts when she needs something, you already know the answer. Here's another trick hardly anyone talks about. Look at the ratio of we to I. Which message feels more intimate, I want to try this, or we should try this? The second one builds closeness. If she's using we a lot, she's picturing the two of you together. Inside jokes work the same way. They create a private little world only you share. But here's the danger, and this is where most guys ruin everything. Even if she already likes you, a bad texting game can kill the attraction fast. Dry replies, ghosting, or only sending random memes, that kills momentum instantly. The good news is, fixing it is way easier than you think. But that's a whole video on its own. So here's the bottom line. In the early stage, watch for the subtle glances and the way her body positions itself toward you. In the friend stage, pay attention to the hormonal shifts that change her energy and the deeper questions she starts to ask. And in texting, look at how often she includes you in her world with good mornings, double texts, we statements, and private jokes. Miss these signs and you'll be stuck wondering, but notice them and you'll never again have to ask yourself, is she flirting with me